I mean, I think it's instinctive. We don't want to see our kids struggle. We want to solve it for them. And then
Yeah.
at times, I had a babysitter who I learned from, who was unbelievable. Instead of sending the kids in timeout, she would send them to their room and she would say, "You have to write an essay. And in this essay, like when they were Max was 10, you have to tell me what happened and why it happened and what you're going to do, what you learned and what you're going to do differently next time." And they were
I think that's genius.
right, but they were like,
You had a
"Ugh." It was tough love, but then
Did Max do it?
yes, and if they and Max said sometimes I would just mail it in, and she'd be like, "No, no, no, that's not good enough."
Yeah. Yeah. I love it. It's interesting when you think about like who are your mentors and who have you learned from? And I think everyone's path with that is so different. Like some people have one real constant person, whether it's a professional person or family. And I was thinking back to I was like, my mom is really good at tough love, but only
Mm.
like it's funny how when you think about it on the other side, I think I'm wired a bit like my son. Unfortunately, I think we're very big empaths. And I say unfortunately just because I think sometimes that becomes weird and debilitating, but it is ultimately a very nice thing.
Mhm.
But I have found that I really respond when someone who I go to that is my comfort zone flips the switch and is like, you can do this, and it's exactly what you're talking about. But I remember we were moving from Washington, D.C. Me and Melvin were getting married. We were coming to Connecticut. And we made that move because both of us had job opportunities and we got them at the same time, which was really rare in our industry. Mine was up the road in Bristol at ESPN. Melvin's was at MSNBC. So we made it work geographically where we are. And I remember right before we left, I was like, what have we done? Like I was really excited about the opportunity, but I was so sad at my core because I was leaving my home. I had moved back and was working this awesome job in the city where I basically grew up. I was around all my friends. It was just this real warm, fuzzy, awesome experience. And my mom, the morning we moved, I'm not going to cry when I say this. She texts me. I almost went downstairs to ask her because she's visiting, and I was like, "We're both going to be crying on the floor. I'm not going to do that." She sends me this text message video, and we had probably already left. And she was like, "You get in that car and you just embrace every moment of this. You're so excited. This is going to be the best thing." And I knew. See, now I'm crying. I knew she didn't feel that way because she was so sad,
Yeah,
which is probably how John's mom felt, obviously, in that moment, right?
yeah.
Like very different stories. But I was just like, how awesome is that? Well, this is a
Uh,
disaster.
no, no, I
But
hear you. I'm also an empath. So I hear you. And I think I have girlfriends like this
yeah,
that I have two girlfriends who I met in college and we're all mothers. We know everything about one another. We don't speak that often, actually.
yeah,
But when we
yeah.
do speak, but we call each other when we're in a mess. And when it's like, and when you feel like you just can't get it right and you can't figure it, it's the safe person where you can go when you, like you're saying, you're in that sort of
Yes.
spiral and you're like, da, da, da. And these girlfriends are like, okay, yeah, okay, fine. But that's enough. Now, this is the thing. And it's like, get your head out of your butt and this is what you're going to do. And it gives you a little bit of a, okay, yeah, thank you. Thank you, coach. It gives you
Yeah.
clarity and a way forward.